Hey Tech Gurus, this is Miss Newshark coming at you with your next code.org lesson. So we're going to jump ahead a little bit and work on loops with Ray and BB8 lesson 8. For those of you who were in class with Miss Tainter last year, you probably remember that a loop is a piece of code that just makes your code repeat over and over as many times as you would like it. And those of you who are learning this for the very first time, this is a great place to start. So remember, your video up right in the beginning will show you a lot of tips and tricks for things you need to know during your lesson. And just like you watch this video, you need to watch this video at least once. This one might be super helpful to watch twice. All right, so make sure you watch this one after you watch this video from me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll show you the loop block and everything. All right, so it starts us off with a simple directions of use 5 of the same blocks to get the scrap metal. Scrap metal glows like this. So we are going to use 5 move forward blocks because BB8 needs to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. All right, so next you're going to look at, next they give us a little bit of a question. So they give us the code and they want us to answer a question. So what do you think will happen when you click run? So we learned in our video that this block right here is our repeat block or our loop. They call them both things. It depends on which lesson you're in. I'll call them both things as well. So just know that when I'm talking about a repeat or a loop, I'm talking about this pink block right here. So remember, this number right here tells you how many times your action is going to happen, and the action that's inside is what this loop is going to do. So when we hit run, think about what BB8 is going to do. How many times is he going to move? So will he not move at all? Will he move only one space, move 5 times and get all of the scrap metal? Or, I don't know. Please don't answer, I don't know. You guys are smart, you know. So I'm not going to answer it. I want you guys to answer that question, okay? So tell me, will he not move at all? Will he only move one space? Or will he move 5 spaces and get all the scrap metal? Okay? So there is another video. So now we're going to learn about repeats, okay? So again, watch that video on your own. All right, so now we're going to start using our loops, okay? So before they're kind of seeing what you know, they gave you the information, and now we're going to start using them. So it says, to get all the scrap metal, try creating a loop that uses only one block inside of a repeat block. So the first thing I always do is put my repeat block under when run. Just makes it easier. So let's count how many times we need to move forward, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to move forward 5 times. So remember that if you need to change this at any time, you can. You just click in it. So say I wanted him to go forward 9 times, just for an example. I can type in the 9, and then remember that you need to click back out of the repeat block. So this is pink, not white. Otherwise, it won't work correctly, okay? So I'm going to put the 5 back in there. And then you'll notice I'm clicking back out. This is pink again. And then I'm going to hit run. Very nice. So this is a lot of practicing with different loops. Okay, so this is a skill that you're going to need to use a lot in the next couple lessons, where you have to do 2 different loops, maybe even more than 2. One of the suggestions I have is break this up into, I wish you could see me because I'm doing air quotes, sides. So it's kind of like you look at, there are 2 sides of a triangle, or a rectangle almost. So this is one side right here where my cursor is right now, this very top side, these top 2 pieces of scrap metal. And then there's another side going down. Okay, so if you think of this whole thing as a big rectangle, this is one side, this is a second side, okay? So I talk about making figuring out your loops in terms of sides a lot. So like for this one, for instance, we would need one loop and then two loops, or a second loop. Okay, so let's check out, so let's figure out how many loops we need to do this, how many times he needs to move forward for this first loop. So we need to move forward once, twice, 3, 4 times. So I'm going to change this number in here to 4. So I'm going to type in 4, and then make sure you click out so it turns red, or turns pink. Then BB8 is going to need to turn before you can have him go down again. So you're going to have him turn right or left. So we'll have to change which way this arrow or this turn block says, because we actually want him to turn right. So click on the arrow, hit the right, and then you can bring it down. Now we do our other side or piece of the code. And so we're going to grab another repeat block, and we're going to count. So he's right here, so we're going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this time he actually is going to move 5. So see how we've got kind of this first loop is the top, then you have to turn him, then this bottom loop is this side right here where my cursor is. So let's click run and see what we've got. Okay. All right. So same thing. So I'm going to have you do the rest of these on your own. So same thing, you're going to have one side and then a second loop. So this one, you're going to have, this is all going to be one loop. Okay, so this looks tricky, but it's all going to be one loop, because if you look, you move 1, 2, 3, you turn right, 1, 2, 3, turn right, 1, 2, 3. So they did the code for you, so all you need to do is put it all in a loop. Okay? And remember, if you get stuck, you can always ask for a hint, or you can always message me and I will be happy to help you, okay? You guys, so we're going to have you stop at number 8. I took a look at number 9, number 10, and kind of going on, and they're really tricky. So if you want to try them, please go ahead and go for it. But I'm not going to have you do them as part of your assignment. They'll just be kind of for fun, and if you want to challenge yourself. They're still a little bit tricky, and I don't want you guys to get too frustrated, because I want this to be fun for you as well. Okay, so make sure that you are watching the videos. Make sure that you do your hints if you can, and message me if you get stuck on something, and I will help you as best as I can. All right, you guys, do your best, have fun, and happy coding.